Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitas, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I am the host of the show, psychic clairvoyant medium, certified healer, Reiki healer, dolphin healer. I'm a past life regressionist, space clearer, candle manifestation channeling, and a whole bunch more. To see what offers I have on my site, you could go to healingsonthego.com. Also, for those people that have a hard time sleeping, I would just like to recommend this beautiful natural herb. And you can find it on my site, healingsonthego.com, natural herbs. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about trees and plants and a whole bunch of other things that connect with the tree kingdom. As you know, the trees have been on 240 million years. Can you believe it? Hello, everybody. Maria, Ria, Anne. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Nice to see you on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like and share. Welcome, welcome. So today we're going to talk about trees. And like I said, they've been around for 240 million years. Can you believe it? Back to the time with Adam and Eve and the tree of wisdom and how we got into this mess. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in again. Trees are all energy. Plants, actually, there's scientific evidence that they have confirmed plants are very healing, and so are trees. They're all about tapping into their energetic vibration. And for many of us, that's the great time to heal and go into nature. Actually, many tribal cultures recommend plants, like they have herbs, chamomile tea, and they all come from plants. Plants reduce stress and anxiety. The tree of wisdom, life, growth, and prosperity. And we would like to talk today about the different plants. Now that we're going into spring, so now is the time to know what plants are we buying. We go into Garden World. There's a store right around the corner of my house, Garden World, and it's amazing. You can find every plant there, and they have so many beautiful ones. You don't even know which one to choose. But that's why I want to tell everybody that every plant has their own magical attributes. So it could be love, it could be money, it could be a whole bunch of things. And now remember, not all trees have good energy, believe it or not. You know, it was so funny. I used to work down by Central Park, and my friend was very in tune with the trees, and it was hysterical because there was one that looked like it was crazy. You know, those kind of trees that look twisted and everything. So she goes to me, go hug the tree. That goes, but it doesn't look nice. And then she started cracking up. I said, what do you want me to pick up crazy energy? And she was cracking up. I said, I can tell. You can tell by looking at it. It looked like those spooky trees that come out of a horror story. So be careful which tree you're hugging, because, you know, trees, like everything, has different vibration, different energies. And for those of you that don't know, the trees also attune with your energy. So when you attune with these energies, you're picking up on their energy. So you always have to be careful what you're tuning into. And that's why they do speak. Now they're going to say, wow, you must be losing it. No, trees do speak. They have energy, like everything has energy. It's all about attuning to their energy. And they do speak when you meditate to them, and they will give you download of information. So for example, there was one time I used to always go by the trees when I used to work down in the city, and I would sit by a tree and I would ask it, like, can you give me a sign? What am I going to be doing in 5 years from now? So guess what? It was so funny. I had like a visual picture of me pushing a baby carriage. And at that time, I was like, no. And sure enough, it happened. So they do talk through visions. They do download information just like spirits do. And this is the plant spirit, they all speak, spirits speak, but plants are very real. They have consciousness and they're used for a whole bunch of things. You can use them for grounding. Trees are very grounding, especially as fairies that like to fly around a lot. So I always use them for grounding. I would sit by a tree and you have to visualize the beam of the white light and talk to it. You have to ask their permission and you have to say, because they want to be respected too. So I used to tell them, hello, tree. I hope you're having a good day. And then I would say, with your permission, can you send me some healing? And sure enough, once I asked that, I felt like the zap come from my feet, electricity, going. Zzz. And then I was telling my daughter back then, I said, do you feel it? And then she said, yes, mommy, I feel some kind of electricity. So they do send you healing energy. You just have to ask them. And you can do a lot of, you can ask them a whole bunch of questions, but you have to quiet your mind because that's when spirit talks through. You have to quiet your mind and see what's going to come through. And trees are very healing because they're free healing. When you feel overwhelmed, where you want to go, well, most of us do. I can't say everyone wants to go to a tree, but the best thing to do is go by a tree and connect with it and sit down with it and just like really quiet your mind. That's always the key. Quiet your mind because trees calm you energetically. They calm you and they help you when you feel under the weather and when you feel miserable. Quick hello to Helen. Hi, Helen. Welcome, welcome. So, attuning to the tree is important, feeling into the tree. So, I remember my friend taught me, she said, you have to have, so the way a quick meditation is, it's called feel it. So, you sit down and you feel like you're the tree and you feel like you have the leaves on you and you are inside the bark and you are part of the tree. And what happens when you do all that stuff, you actually feel like you're the tree. And that's when you can get messages that come through quickly. As you know, the bigger the trees, the more energy it has. So the best ones to ground with are the pine trees. Pine trees are very big and they're very strong trees. So when you want to go and ground yourself or talk to a tree, make sure that the tree, first of all, looks welcoming because it might be having a bad day. So you have to go to a tree that looks strong, big, has a lot of energy, and just feels good. Feel the trees because all of them have different characters. They're all very different, one tree to the other. You can go to a little tree and, if you feel attuned with it, and they do have beautiful fairy trees. And that's one thing I would love to talk about. The fairy trees are so pretty. There's a neighbor of mine that has a cute little small tree, and it's so cute. It's the little fairy trees. And that one is ash. It's an ash tree, and it helps ward off evil spirits. So a lot of people like to leave offerings for the tree. So they'll just sit by there quietly and they will say, okay, tree, this is for you. But we don't recommend that you tie up the poor tree's leaves because I don't think the tree likes that too much. But it does like offerings. I mean, you don't have to feed it. But again, certain religions like to leave offerings at the tree. They like to symbolize their higher awareness, And the more you pay attention to the tree and it knows you're listening, the higher it's going to send you messages. And there are a lot of beautiful trees like the alder tree, which is connected with the Irish folklore and the fairies and all the magical stuff. There are a lot of beautiful different trees. And when you know which one you're tuning to, even better, because they all mean something. There's so many different trees. I could go on and on about all the different ones, but to keep it very brief and not go through 100 trees right now. The oak tree is very good. So we all know about the oak tree. We're going to talk about the ones that we do know. And the oak tree is a very spiritual tree. It stands for strength, stability, protection, and it's also considered spiritual guardian of some cultures. For those of you that have read Sylvia Browne's book, she actually talks about the trees that they're record keepers. So what does that mean? They actually in so this is more like certain people will be skeptical, but when you pass over, everything is recorded. Our life is recorded here. So they believe that the trees are the record keepers, meaning they are the ones that videotape everything that's going on. So with that said, the oak tree is one of them. The oak tree is the spiritual guardian, and so many other ones. But what I'm here today is to help you attune with the tree and ground your energy. And when you feel overwhelmed and you feel stressed, don't be shy to go and hug a tree. And it's so funny, a lot of people would look at me and be like, but they don't know that when you hug a tree and you ask for assistance, it's going to give it back to you. And especially when you ask for it, you just can't hug the tree and expect something to come out of it if you don't ask for, some help. Trees are very good for grounding and also blood pressure, calming you, stress. They tell you when you feel overwhelmed, go hug a tree, is what I tell them. But I tell them go to nature. Nature is a natural healer. And when you go there, you have to pay attention. Trees are there, but you have to pay attention what's around the tree, what birds are around the tree. And that's another show that I will do about the animal kingdom. But right now you have to see like what tree attracts what animals. That's another very important thing. Some trees like black sparrows, some trees like ravens. So usually ravens are death, unfortunately. They use them as magical, but you have to pay attention what's surrounding. Is there a nest in the tree? Everything means something. Thank you, Anne. Yes, trees are very magical, and they come with the whole spirit, the spirit of the trees, the spirit of the plants. Now that spring is coming in, there really is a fairy realm, but a different dimension for those people. I know a lot of people that have seen fairies with their own eyes. They're about this small and they just zoop, like within a second, they're gone. So what I've been told is that the fairies call on to the master fairies, and then they say, okay, now is the time for the trees to start blooming. They have to get permission from the fairies. Isn't it funny? But that's what they say. So the trees are magical because they have fairies all around them, and they're guiding them to what time of the year, which is soon. Spring is going to come out. They're going to start to bloom, and the head fairy is going to come and bless the trees with all the beautiful flowers that are going to come through. So grounding your energy, what does that mean? Grounding your energy is when you feel very overwhelmed, stressed out, fearful, anxiety, stress. What happens then, you don't feel like you feel out of your body, like you feel like you're floating. So that's what not grounding means. Your body is floating. So grounding the energy is actually pulling the energy back into your body. And so that you don't feel like you're flying. I know when I get overwhelmed, I feel like, ooh, I feel very floaty and not like stable. So that's what happens. You have to ground your energy, pull the energy back into your body. And how do you do that? You have to sit by a tree and actually ask its permission and say, hey, good day, wise tree. That's what I say. Can you help me ground my energy? And sure enough, try it. And you're going to see, you're going to feel this zap of energy coming through you. And I know you will. Highly sensitive people like myself and other people do feel it, but you have to ask. And if you don't feel it, don't feel bad, because sometimes it takes practice. Sometimes we're not used to feeling things, but once we become aware of it, we're like, wow, it really is grounding us. So again, everything has consciousness, but it depends, are you vibrating on that level? So fairies come in, and there's another thing you could do with the fairies. Some people like to come and give little offerings for the fairies and say, hello, beautiful little fairy, can you help me with this? It's all about asking the different realms, the trees, the plants, the fairies, everything, even the angels. So you ask them permission and they will help you. There's also a lot of trees that are for spiritual wisdom, a lot of trees. You can do so many things. Like people that like to do spell work, there's different barks of tree that you have to use. There's so many different kinds of wood. So now you have to, again, be careful of what you're tuning into, because again, not everyone has good intentions. So with that said, you have to be careful of which tree is calling to you. And when you find out the tree, find out its name, because I know I don't know all the trees. So I'll go and I'll take a picture and find it on Google and say, wow, this tree was calling out to me. Now, what does that mean? And then I'll go and look it up and I'll say, oh, wow, it was, let's see, a maple tree. And what is maple good for? Maple is good for balance, strength, enduring other people's negative energy. So it's helping you cleanse that stuff. It protects you under its leaves. And that also, the maple tree wards off bad spirits. So you have to also be careful what plants and trees you're putting in front of your house. I know the willow tree is beautiful, but there's one called the weeping willow, and it's going to bring you weeping stuff. So just be careful which ones you're putting into. I know a lot of people like the weeping willow, but it's going to bring anxiety, sadness. It's going to bring what it's there for. Weeping willow. You want to weep? So bring it to the corner of your house. I wouldn't put it in front of my house because it's not a positive thing. There's a fig tree. Now, my dad used to always tell me a story about the fig tree. He goes, do you know in Greece, they never put a fig tree next to their home? I said, Italians do it all the time. He said, no way. In Greece, it's known as the devil's tree. And it said that the bad spirit, he comes and rides on the leaves at night. So he said, you never want that kind of a tree near your house. But I told him that's funny because every house next door to me has a fig tree. He goes, oh my goodness, get rid of it. I love the figs, but he said that's a very bad tree to have in your house. So what can I tell them? Go rip out your fig tree because it brings the bad spirits. All right, everybody, I'm going to take a quick commercial break and I will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant, medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. More on trees. So people tell me, okay, so what kind of offering should I give a tree? Well, let me tell you a couple things. What can you give a tree? Trees like singing. Do you know energetically they do sing amongst each other once the humans are not around? Trees do sing, but you cannot, once they feel someone's there, they stop right away. So if you ever hear anything and you're in the forest, know that they do sing. Yes, they do. So they like music. They like moon water. If you like to make waters, or thank you, Anne. If you do like to use waters, that's another good thing. Moon water is very good. They love moon water. Just put it around their tree. And what else can you give them? You could give them about anything, but those are just their favorite things. They also like when you clean up their litter, like they don't like litter around their trees. So cleaning it up is going to be a good thing. They like that. Trees have seen a lot of life and death. Can you imagine 420 million years? Life, death, and wisdom. So they're very knowledgeable and they're very smart, wise trees. And that's why I like to attune with them, because I would like to hear, you can't hear it. It's not going to be a voice talking to you, but just to see what kind of energy vibration you feel through the tree and what mental picture. Like I saw myself pushing a stroller. I was like, yeah, right. I didn't think I was going to get pregnant because I was having a hard time back then. But sure enough, it happened. So they do speak through, and they will give you, like, some kind of indication and try to help you out. And uh, let's go into what plants attract what. Okay, well, the most favorite one is love. A lot of people want love in their life, of course. Who doesn't? And one of the best plants to get is lavender. Lavender is not only very calming, but it attracts a lot of love. Rose. Rose, of course, is very good for love. Orchids. Orchids is very good. And basils is good for love and wealth. So what should I do with this? They tell me. What should I do with all these stuff? Plant it in front of your house. Remember, I always said the front of your house is the mouth to your energy. What you plant there, what you put there is what you're going to get. So plant wisely. Do not put weeping willow. Do not put, there's these purple flowers that I see, and I see them all the time at the funeral home, God forbid. And I see people planting them in front of their house. I'm like, they don't know what they're doing energetically. It's not a good thing. I forgot which ones they're called, but they're purple. And they're always, that plant is like always in all the funerals. So do not plant those kind of, what you see in the funerals. And I know there are roses there too, because you're sending the loved one, love. But just certain ones, not to put in front of your home, unless you want to attract that energy, because energy attracts energy. So again, what you're putting there is going to be a mouthway. And always clear your front of your door, because we attract and pick up so much energy throughout the day. We can go to the store, we can go to the library, and we're always picking up different spirits, different energies. You want to keep your front door clear. So even though you put a rose, but let's say it's in a thick fog of energy, like dark energy, so it's good to clear the energy with sage. Some people like sage. I like rosemary. You can ring bells in front of your house, and then put the plant there and speak to it, because like they said, you've seen that you talk to the plant, and guess what? It starts blooming and it starts growing bigger and bigger. A lot of people know this, and they tell me I'll sit there and talk with my plant, and look at how big it got because it loves you and it loves the energy you're giving it. So lavender is very good for calming again and love. Take a little bit of lavender to attract this energy. Put it under your pillow, put it somewhere on you. You can put it in your bag. You can put it, um, some people like, believe it or not, they buy charms that have little buds of lavender in there. I like to keep my crystals on me, but to each their own and whatever helps you. So lavender is very good for attracting that energy. And orchids. Orchids is like one of my favorites too, because I see a lot of people love orchids. And where is the best place to put it? Some people like to put it in their bedroom because the bedroom is the love area. So put it in your bedroom if you want. Now, in Feng Shui, they say never put plants in your room. I seem to differ that because I feel that some people sleep better with plants. Some people don't. So it always depends. Is it helping you? If it's not, put it in the other room. Attract it by your door. Where your door opens, you want to go and place that plant there. So put it towards the front of your area where it's going to bring it in. And these love plants are very good for positivity. Again, blood pressure, cholesterol, they lower heart rate, reduce stress. So all these plants are very, very relaxing, comfortable, and calming. A lot of people take roses, put them in their bathtub, and they have a whole bath with them. So that's awesome. The way you want to attract it, shower with it, speak to it, drink it. Some people like rose water. It depends. Basil is very good with cooking with it. Eating basil is very good and healthy, as you know. And everybody stay tuned because I do have cards, and whoever is going to be on later on towards the end of the show, I will be pulling cards for them. So stay tuned and do not leave yet because I will be picking cards, and they're really fascinating because they have different barks, they're all beautiful and they're new. So they're like all stuck together. Okay, the next one that you want to attract is money. A lot of people tell me, okay, I want to attract money into my life. So what should I do? What plant should I get? Okay, well, I recommend you get money plant. There's this beautiful one that I just bought, and it's called Chinese money plant. And it looks like little coins on it. It's so cute. So money plant, Chinese money plant, snake plant, and they call it rubber plant. I've never heard of that one, but okay. Rubber plant is good if it attracts money. There's this other one. I forgot what it's called, but it's also a money plant. It's called jade. Jade is supposed to be the best one, and you don't have to water it much. Some of these plants like to have dry soil. So be careful not to overwater it because they say with a money plant, if you kill a money plant, you're going to lose money. So watch out for that. You don't want to kill one. So be careful how you're watering it. And also, certain fertilizers are not good for it. So just be careful which one which one you bought, and don't overwater it. Also, money plants like to have a lot of coins around the pot because this is symbolizing money plant. So put that. And another good one. Hi, Mickey. Welcome, my sweet. How have you been? Another very good thing for money plants is putting stones that attract money. For example, you have a money plant. Okay, now what are you going to put around the pot? You're going to put green aventurine, citrine, clear quartz. So that's like double amplifying it. So you're double doing it, and you're going to attract that energy. Again, with love plants, what are you going to do? You're going to put rose quartz, green aventurine, different love stones, so it makes it even stronger. Okay, now the next one. What attracts good health and peace? So let's see. What do you think attracts good luck and peace? Peace lily. Peace lily is very good for peace. Orchids, again, love. It's also love. And peonies. Peonies are very good because they bring good luck. And they're very pretty, by the way. They're expensive. I was going to buy one last year and I said, oh my gosh, this is an expensive plant. It was like $50 back then. I've been okay. Sorry, have not. Oh, don't worry, Mickey. As long as you're okay, that's what counts. Thank you for tuning in. You're a doll. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. You always share, and so does Anne. Thank you, guys. I'm going to be doing some cards. So I'm going to do a card now, and then we're going to do them again a little later because I want to see what comes out. So, Anne, I'm going to pick a card for you and see what tree comes out for you. I'm just curious. I want to do it later, but let's mix it up. Okay, Anne, this is your card. Ooh, so you know what came out? The hawthorn. The hawthorn is very good for angels. Angels and duality, two people together, love energy. That's a love energy for you right there, Anne. So buy a hawthorn. Actually, yeah, it is for love. I remember seeing that plant. Okay, the next one, let's pick someone else. Whoever is on, say I'm on, and I'll pick a card for you. Let's see. Mickey, I'm going to pick a card for you too. Let's see what comes out for Mickey. Mickey Blackthorn. So this is the angel of the darkness, Blackthorn. He's also one of the archangels. And he's coming in to brighten up some dark days you are having. You're having some dark days. So Blackthorn. He's bringing you light. Blackthorn. Okay, anyone else wants a card? Speak now, and then I'll continue on. Any other people on that would like a card? Let me know. So in the meantime, we're going to talk about how to bless them. When you buy a plant, what do you do with it? Do you just put it on your windowsill or at your door? No, what I do is I clear it. So I clear it with either holy water or I'll sage it, because you have to think, just like crystals, people are touching all these plants and they're putting their energy on it. Even though different plants don't need clearing, but I like to do it anyway. Oh, you're welcome, Anne, anytime. So clear your plant, speak to it, and some of us like to name our plants. So that's what I do. I bought a Christmas tree. And do you know that this tree started blossoming? I was talking to it, and me and my daughter, we always name our Christmas tree because every year we buy the real tree. You know, we don't get the fake ones because I know real trees attract abundance. So I said to Adela, I said, what are we going to name this tree? And it's, I didn't even remember what we named it, but it started growing and it was very happy. And I felt so bad when we had to throw it out. My sister also had a similar experience, and she had someone pick hers up and actually replant it in their home. So it's interesting how you can talk to a tree. Now look at that, a Christmas tree. What are the odds of it actually growing, you know? And I was shocked, and I was like, oh, we have to throw it out. And I know my daughter wanted to keep it, but there was no place to put it. So yes, trees and plants do respond to your energy and the way you speak and the way you care for it. The more you take care of it, the more it's going to take care of you. Thank you. The more you take care of the plant is the more it's going to take care of you. So if you're talking to it, watering it, singing to it, it's going to grow really big. And yeah, that's what we do. We have to always be careful. Again, with the money plants, do not even think to kill one of them by mistake, and don't overwater them again. Because that's the message I always get with the trees. Don't overwater us, you know. So I like to bring in love plants into my house, sweeten the energy, and bring in a lot of high energy. We always get lavender. We always get lavender, rosemary. Rosemary is very good for clearing the energy from dark energies, and that's my favorite. People say sage, I say rosemary. Rosemary all around you, and it's kind of hard, but boil it and then put in a bottle and spray it all over, because that's very clearing. I remember a time I was doing a healing and I picked up something negative and I said, oh my goodness. And I took the rosemary and within seconds I was totally better. So that's something you want to know. Rosemary is very good. Another one is Palo Santo with the sticks. I don't really use it too much, but I know it's very good as well. So there are a lot of healing ones, all the herbs and everything. There's one called lemon veranda. And my mother suffers from migraines. And whenever she smells it, instantly her headache, migraine is gone. So you might look into that if you suffer from migraines. Basil helped me when I had a headache, and I kept smelling it. You know, it really helps. It helps reduce the inflammation and it opens up your nasals. Everything in nature is all healing. It's just what you're tuning to and what you're purchasing. There's another one. Cinnamon's very good for money and sweetening the energy. So you want to sprinkle some, like let's say they're big days, blow it right into your house or your business. Blowing cinnamon is going to help manifest money for you, sweeten the energy, bring in abundance. Do you know that I knew that by mistake? I always order oils because I do candles that are very successful. And sure enough, I had ordered a bottle of cinnamon. And guess what ended up happening? The whole bottle broke. And I said, oh, what a shame. I just paid $12 for nothing. Within seconds, I got a call, 2 calls that they booked me for a psychic party. And I was shocked. I said, wow, this cinnamon brought some money. And then I look it up, and sure enough, cinnamon brings money. Can you believe it? I learned it that way. Some people said, yeah, you didn't know about that? I said, no. So yes, it's all about like tapping into it, even by mistake. So that was like really something. I was like, oh my goodness, you learn something every day. What is another good thing? Let me see what other plants I have in my house. I have the snake plant too. Snake plant's very good for money. I like to, the whole backyard, we love to put plants back there. And what is very good for money too is burberry. If you buy a burberry plant or a pine, it will help grow your business. So you want to put that in front of your house or in front of your business, or keep it a little plant in your business. You know, the oils and everything, they all attract the essence of it. And when we get back after this commercial break, I'm going to speak how to make your very own rose water and different kinds of waters from the beautiful plants and trees and different stuff. Make your own little bottles. Okay, I will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, on with the trees. Trees are gifts to humanity. Not only do they help us breathe with the exchange of carbon dioxide, this and that, they're also here to heal us, uplift us. Can you picture living on Earth without trees, without their shade? It would just be crazy, terrible. We'd probably overheat for sure. So, giving gratitude to the trees when you walk by one and speaking to them and giving knowledge, like saying, "Hey, beautiful tree, you look beautiful today." Just see what kind of energies where you're going to pick up off that tree. And knowing that they're all here to help humanity and they're here to heal us. The trees are in the Bible, they're in Islam, they're in different parts of culture, Judaism, Indian religions, and they all talk about how the trees have different beliefs and teachings. They're all symbolic, they're all here for different purposes. They heal on one level, and on the other, again, being mindful of what you hug and what you connect to. But basically, they're all very sweet and happy souls. If you just tune into one and gaze at it, there are a lot of people that have seen their spirit faces through the trees, which I have. I have pictures of tree barks that look like faces. You would want to look them up. And they have like different faces. You can see a head of a man, or it looks like an animal. I've seen trees that look like an owl or a tree. Those are just different animals that the tree's projecting. So everything means something. It's just decoding things and looking into things and trying to see, what does that mean? Okay, so it's a tree that looks like an owl. What does that mean? Does it mean it doesn't sleep at night? But owls also travel in different dimensions, different timelines. So trees are speaking to us, but we have to know how to decode things and really try to pay attention to their messages. And once it's like the spirit guides, once they see that you are paying attention to what things mean, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start seeing more of it. You're going to pay attention more to trees, then you're going to see more symbols of trees, and so on and so on. So yes, if you want to connect with trees, I recommend that you go by one that you feel attuned to. One will call on to you. One will tell you, oh, you're going to be grabbed to it. And then look it up and see, what does that tree mean? Okay. And again, there's so many trees. I can go on for hours about different ones, but just basically tuning in and making sure that the energy feels good, which it will. Sit by a tree, silence your mind, take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale and just completely relax. Become one with the tree. Feel the tree as if you're the tree. And listen. What is the tree trying to tell you? What messages? Does it have a message for you? What kind of birds are flying around it again? So everything is magical. This whole universe is magical, and it has different energies, different things that are, one is connected to the other. We're all one. We're all one unit. So again, talk to the tree and ask for its different fairies. There are a lot of different fairies that connect with the tree. It can be a purple fairy, blue fairy, green fairy. It doesn't matter. All it is healing devices, and everything is trying to help us if we ask for help. It's always our free will. Do you want the help? You can't just say, oh, I wish I had help. You have to ask for help and ask for it out loud. And things will be presented to you because God speaks through everything and everyone. Everyone here is a messenger. Every plant means something. So if God feels that you need a certain kind of plant in your life, like all of a sudden you could be drawn to roses all the time and you keep finding roses, roses, roses. So it's telling you something. Buy the rose, attune with it, and it will bring you some magical attributes. It will bring you what you're looking for. Remember, what we're focusing on is what's going to come to us. If you go on all day crying, unfortunately, we're going to get more of that. So we want to change the tune. We want to focus on what we want. So that's when we manifest and we start surrounding ourselves with what will it attract. So again, love attracts love, money attracts money, and so on. Feel the energy and be peaceful, and it will attract. I'm telling you, the colors, everything attracts things. One by one, it's all united as one. Some other different plants that are really good to get are huckleberry, honeysuckle. Those are very good for love. There's different dandelions, everything that means love that will attract. So keep them well lit, and try not to, you know, try to put them at the center of your house where it's more lighting, where it would benefit the energies. Again, so you want to avoid the plant dying, because then it's not beneficial to you or the poor plant. So attune with it, speak to it, meditate on it. And when you meditate on it, put a crystal on your head if you can. If you're not laying down, then that's going to be hard to do. But energies also come through crystals. So when you're sitting by a tree, and even if I used to tape them on my head. So if you tape a crystal on your head, the energy heightens and it doubles, and you will feel it. I know you will feel it. But again, if you don't feel discouraged, because that means that you might be blocked, or if you keep doing it, you'll feel something for sure. Forests are very great healers. I mean, look at a lot of people have the Sasquatches. Everything in nature is trying to tell us something. And pay attention to the signs you're getting again. You might be drawn to different flowers for different reasons. Maybe God thinks that you need something else. Notice the colors that you're attracting. You might want roses, but you keep attracting yellow. That means something too. Everything is meaning. Its meaning means something. Yellow would mean that you need more uplifting in love. Maybe you're too depressed and you just feel like you need more yellow. Some people have yellow as friendship. They want more friendship instead of romance. So it all depends, again, what you're attracting and what is calling onto you. I'm going to pick 2 more cards just to see for myself what card will come out. Let's see, for the spirits of the trees, any messages. So I got Linden. Linden is attuning with oneself. Like I said, going into the tree, becoming the tree, heightens and uplifts your energy. So again, you're going into the tree, you see? Into the tree. That's exactly what I was talking about. Attuning, being one with the tree, relaxing. That's very good. Healing. The next one is Aspen. This one is reaching for your goals, going higher. Go high into your wishes. Reach for your goals. If you're drawn to Aspen, that's what it means. See how he's going to the top? He's going to the top. Okay. And we'll pick one more card. Again, if anyone is on the show and would like a card reading, say so. Okay, I'm going to pick one more. Okay, elders. The elder card is when you're trying to, you need a clearing. This means like you need a clearing, feathering. And do you want to ask me anything? I might pick you one more since you're so sweet. You're always on. Let's pick one more for you, Anne. Mickey, are you still on? Okay, let's see. And one more card. Okay. And let's focus on you. Okay. Oh, the Elder card came on. Look at that. I was just talking about it too. So it's just about cleansing your energy field, cleansing. Sometimes we get overwhelmed. This Elder card means to cleanse your energy, and it's also connected with the trees. It's the American Indians, the chief ones, and they're just like giving you a healing. Stand under a tree and feel its energy, cleansing you, relaxing you. Have you ever tried going under a tree and just like meditating? If not, I think now they want you to tune with one. Okay, and I'm gonna just pick a random card and see what else it says. Let's see. Thank you. This is bleach. So maybe it'll be someone that watches the show, but it's talking about setting something free. Sometimes we're holding on to things too much. So they're saying, let it go, set it free. So, like they said, you see how the trees have no problem letting things go with their leaves? They just drop them. So that's what it's telling us. Let things go. Whatever doesn't serve our highest good. Let it go and leave it to God, and always know that you're being taken care of and good things are happening. So that's ways to connect with the trees. And spring is almost around the corner. So attune with them and get the ones that feel good to you. Look them up before you buy a tree. You know, some people like those little baby trees and then they help them grow into their backyard. I bought pine tree and I love it. I call him Piney and he's so cute. He's getting bigger and bigger. So I only have like 2 more minutes left. But I want to thank you all so much for tuning in today with the trees and the plants. It's okay. We all take them for granted, but I know that once everyone starts tuning in, they're going to open up to them. And thank you so much, Anne, Mickey, and everyone else that joined me today. I want to remind everyone that I do have my book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. You can find it at healingsonthego.com. And also my vitamin. If you're having a hard time sleeping, I recommend these vitamins. You can find them at healingsonthego.com. I know a lot of people just take one and they're knocked out. So they're all natural. They promote relaxation, sleep aid, restful sleep, and a healthy immune system. They work really good and they have 5-star reviews on Amazon. So whoever is interested, they can find it at healingsonthego.com. Awesome. And let me know your experience with the trees because I feel they want you to tune in with them. I would love to hear your story. Okay, so my last words is whenever you feel overwhelmed, healing is very natural in the forest, by the lake. Attune with God's nature, free healings, and just become one and see what your messages are. All right, everybody, you can find me at healingsonthego.com, Linda DeVitas, TikTok, Instagram. I'm everywhere. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. And thank you, Anne. You enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you so much. Hugs to you, Mickey, everybody, Maria, Ria, Helen, everyone for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great night, everyone.